everyone. Darren here, and on today's episode of WotC Academy, we're going to be breaking down the roadmap for at least the first part of 2025 and a little bit beyond that. I know I dropped the ball. But anyway, special thanks to DGen. He is a Discord colleague of mine who makes a blog specifically covering news of World of Tanks Modern Armor. And my favorite part that he covers, when of course Wargaming do them, is the live stream Q&As. So if you can't watch the live stream, if there is a Q&A, he will, compile and write down the questions and answers and then post them in his blog. So I find that information very important. So if you find that information equally as important when they do answer questions like that, definitely check out his blog. It will be linked in the description below. And this is also what I'm using to refer partially to the dev blog here. And of course, speaking of links, I will have the official article with this roadmap that has more information linked below as well. I'm going to be trying to do like a Cliff Notes version with a very brief description of each section. The first thing I'm going to touch up on here, because I'll be touching back to it on the topic many times, that is going to be that each season we will be getting a new tech tree or branch. So, of course, they say new tech tree. I'm pretty certain they mean branch. Could be completely wrong, though. Anyway, so starting right now on February 1st, smack in the center, the big thing is the new season, Vipers. So we're going with a snake theme by the looks of it here. It looks like the main prize is going to be the BZT-70. That on PC, specifically the Russian client that is now kind of completely standalone from normal Watt, is a Tier 11 Chinese heavy tank, and I want to let everyone know to just, not expect or assume anything with this particular tank. Again, it is a Tier 11 on the Russian PC client. So because of that, and because Wargaming Console does Wargaming Console things, that could easily be balanced to be a Tier 10, or they could easily do the reverse and just balance it to fit in Cold War. No idea. It's up in the air. They don't specify. So I would just kind of wait and see what they do with it before you start jumping to conclusions and expectations and grabbing pitchforks if you have an issue with it for some reason. Speaking of Chinese heavy tanks, if we look to the right on the same date, we'll be getting the new mechanic of rocket boosters, which leaves me again to believe that on that very same day we'll be getting the new alternate Chinese heavy tank line that features this new mechanic. There is no specific explanation, of how that will function in game. I theorize that it will kind of function like the toy tank mode little boost thing, where it's a very short duration for a great boost of speed. And whether or not we'll have a limited number of charges or unlimited, basically unlimited uses, but a very long cooldown, that we no idea. We'll have to wait and see, and I plan on covering this new mechanic like the first day or two after it's released. Now, moving left, of course, to January 21st, something maybe slightly less interesting than the first two, is we'll be getting a new event called the Game Board. Now, if you haven't played mobile games before, and I think I've seen a system like this used on other wargaming titles, this is basically like a weird game of bingo. Basically, what you want to do is you'll complete a series of challenges to get stickers or badges or whatever the little symbols are going to be called. And as you complete rows or columns, you get the corresponding prize. And if you completely fill up the board, you get the big prize. Now, if you're looking at the main official article released by Wargaming, you'll see that it looks like that the main prize is going to be the UK Tier 9 Premium Medium Tank, the Cobra. Looks like we're going to be sticking with the snake theme with the season. Now, moving down, I'm going to briefly touch on regiments. That is going to be what clans become when that is released. So you'll be able to look up the stats, see members, and a bunch of other information all within the game client itself. So if you're looking at the main official article, you'll see that they kind of blueprinted there that they want to make it in-game as its own tab there at the top. Something else you got to scroll through if you're trying to get to like the store, for example. And that's will be able to, I'm assuming, also manage your clan where you can view member stats and add or remove people from the clan. That last bit though is kind of speculation. I'm sure we'll get more info when they release an official article prior to the official release. Next up there that they're looking at releasing some point soon is a new Japanese Cold War tech tree. So if you are a fan of Cold War mode and you've been wondering when we will be getting the Japanese Cold War tech tree, it looks like we'll be getting it at some point this year. I again theorize that Japan will probably be an independent branch, just because of the fact that, yes, despite the fact that Japan is a defense ally with the United States, that does not make them a member of the Western Alliance, because the Western Alliance is supposed to represent NATO, with the Eastern being the Warsaw Pact, and the independents basically just being any other nations not officially part of those defense treaties. So I believe Japan will be an independent nation. Could be wrong. No idea yet. We'll have to wait and see. My big query, though, or point of interest, is going to be the new USA World War II tech tree. If you are not aware or part of the official Discord, it was kind of pointed out by a dev somewhere when in the suggestion channel thread on Discord there, when people were asking about the Yo tanks. One of the devs mentioned that it was not going to be coming anytime soon because the interest for the branch was not there. That was said, I believe, a few months ago. But again, most people, when they think new USA World War II tech tree, they look to PC wondering what we don't have. That would be the Yo tanks. Now, like I said, people said the devs said the Yo tanks were not highly sought after here by our community. So while it could be the Yo tanks, I do want to mention that, again, if you're not part of Discord, you're kind of missing out on some of these fun proposals, really. That there is a community member called Joko who actually proposed a branch expansion for the United States that features the T-95 program. Not talking the Doom Turtle Tier 9 tank destroyer. I'm talking like the T-95 E3, E6, and then whatever the Era 1 Cold War medium tank is, that program. There is enough unique prototypes to technically make its own branch, and because the Yo tanks have a unique mechanic, and also because they themselves said that the Yo tanks were not highly sought after, that we may not be getting the Yo tanks, but the T-95 branch, we have enough assets in game already that we could possibly get that instead, while they maybe work on Yo tanks or just completely pass it by. No idea yet, but I just wanted to get people thinking that, there may be another branch other than the Yo tanks that could be coming. I'm kind of thinking that they're going to go with something easy instead of having to try and fight and deal with a new unique mechanic. Of course, it could also be the Yo tanks without the mechanic, and instead in its place they just make them autoloaders, because apparently that was part of that whole fun development project itself, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. We will have to wait and see, but again, as I said, I just wanted to get people thinking about the possibilities instead of getting their sights set on expecting something. Lastly, down at the bottom, we have under exploration. You see it, I see it, we all see it, that they are looking to update the consumables and equipments as well as the commander skills. I'm interested in seeing what they do there, because I'm sure we can all agree that some of the consumables and equipment and commander skills could definitely be adjusted in some way. Whether you agree with that or not, or with other people's opinions, there are some stuff that definitely needs to be adjusted. And then, of course, they tease something here. I honestly was hoping this collaboration would just pass over our heads, because I dislike collaborations like this one specifically, especially when it's not tank-related whatsoever. Looking at you, Hot Wheels and WWE. They share a little graphic of pepperoni pizza, and they say, and more. Well, if you do a little bit of digging, that same graphic was that little art of the pepperoni pizza was used by the World of Tanks PC to as part of their collaboration with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration. Like I said, I honestly was hoping this thing would pass us by, but if this is absolutely teasing that we're going to be getting that collaboration at some point this year, yeah, looks like we'll probably be getting that collaboration. But when that will be, no idea. I am not excited for it whatsoever. But that's pretty much about it for the roadmap. Like I said, this was kind of just like a Cliff Notes version of it. So if you want to get more information about what else is coming, definitely check out the blog by DGen, as he kind of gives a little bit more information and clarification on some of the stuff. And, of course, you'll get more information on the official news article as well, which both will be linked in the video description below. But that's going to do it for today's video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable, hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments, as well as your thoughts on this roadmap. Is there anything you're excited for? Your thoughts on what they plan on doing, etc., etc. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments. And until next time, this has been Darren of WotC Academy.